And the third and final type of word problems that we're going to do this year is what are called work problems. And so it says the rate at which you work multiplied by the amount of time which you work for equals how much work you can get done. So rate times time is equal to work. So for example, think about if you need 10 hours to complete something. So if you say you need 10 hours to complete a essay for English class, what is your rate or what is your speed? How fast do you complete something per 1 hour, in other words? So if you think about having 10 hours, what are you doing per hour? You are doing 1/10 of your paper every hour. So per hour. So what that really is your rate or your speed per one unit is always 1 over, and what we're going to call is the alone time. And so what you're going to notice is that this table is actually a little bit bigger than the other ones. I have this extra column, so you can see our rate times time is equal to work. But I have this extra column out in front, which I'm going to separate with a squiggly line that states time alone. You don't actually need that column, but it's going to help you to get your rate and basically do the exact same thing I did over here per one. The other thing you're going to notice is I already have that column or that box filled in with a 1, meaning the amount of work done is one full job, one completed job, or even 100% of the job if you want to think about it like that. In some other examples in future classes, you might see that you're completing more than one job, and if so, then you would set it equal to however many jobs you're doing, not just one. So taking a look at our first example, one high-speed computer system can prepare the weekly payroll in 10 hours. A faster system can do it in 6 hours. If both are working together, how fast could the payroll be produced? So we have two different computers. I'm going to say computer 1, which can do the payroll in 10 hours, and then computer 2, which is the faster one that can do it in 6. Remember, that's just going to give you the rate. So if one computer can do it in 10 hours, per hour, it's doing 1/10 of the job. And if the other computer can do it in 6 hours, per hour, it's doing 1/6 of the job. So that's really the important piece. The time alone helps you to get that. And as you're going to notice in other problems, the time alone could be the unknown. So it's another reason why that column is helpful. And then time together. So we're going to do our speed or our rate times how long they work together is equal to the amount of work they get done. So the time that they're working is going to be actually what we're searching for, because it says how fast can the payroll be produced? We're actually wondering what is the speed? What is the amount of time it takes them to do that if they're working together? Now, because it doesn't say that one's working longer than the other or one starts before the other, we're going to just say that both of these are X. They both start at the same time. They both end at the same time. So rate times time across would give me X over 10 and X over 6. And then as I said above, we're going to add down and always set it equal to 1, which represents the one job being done. So the equation X plus 10, or X divided by 10, I should say, plus X over 6 is equal to 1. Again, if you don't want to have a table to do this, make sure you define what X is. Make sure you also have a equation that is a rational equation that you can solve for. So looking at that rational equation, I'm going to get rid of fractions by multiplying by the LCD, which is 30. And then when I multiply, I'm getting 30x over 10, or 3x, and 30x over 5, or 5x. And don't forget to multiply the 1 by 30 as well. Nice easy equation to solve. 8x equals 30. So x equals 30 over 8, which of course can be reduced down to 15 over 4. And it's okay if you want to leave it as an improper fraction. If you feel more comfortable converting it to mixed numbers, that's fine. You don't have to necessarily go to minutes though. So in other words, it takes both computers 3 3/4 hours to finish payroll if they're working together. Now, again, if you want to, you could say 3 hours and 45 minutes. You could say 3.75 hours. Any of those would be fine. And then to our second example, there are two pipes connected to a water storage tank. When they're both open, it takes 45 minutes to fill the tank. One pipe can fill the tank, one is a drain pipe. So one of the things I forgot to mention up in our chart, we do actually have to watch, and I'm going to add it here, for fill versus drain. It's kind of like add versus evaporate. If we're filling, we're adding to it. If we're draining, we're subtracting, we're taking away. So keep that in mind. It's actually going to appear in this question here. The easiest way for me to explain this one, because the question is kind of confusing to read, think about a sink. Think about how you have a faucet at the top that water's coming out of and is filling, and then at the bottom of the sink, you have a pipe where the water is draining. Basically, that is what this is talking about. So we have pipe 1, which I'm going to actually also write next to it that it's filling, and we have pipe 2, which is draining. So again, time alone, and then I'm going to get the rate from there. So I'm going to skip the 45 minutes for a minute. The one pipe can fill the tank in 30 minutes. So the time alone is 30, which means its rate or speed is 1/30. They're doing 1/30 of the job every hour. The other is the drain pipe. Now read the question. How long will it take that pipe to empty the tank? So we actually don't know how long that time alone is for the drain pipe. So that is going to be our X, which means our rate is actually going to be 1/X. So now going back to that 45 minutes, I'm thinking that that is the time that they're working together. And again, it's not saying that one started before the other or is working for longer than the other. So we're going to assume those are both 45 minutes. Now notice in this example, I'm using minutes, whereas the one up above, I was using hours. As long as it's consistent, it doesn't matter what unit you're using. So multiplying across, we're going to get 45 over 30, which I'll reduce when I write the equation. The next one will be 45 over X, and we're draining. Super important. We don't want to add down to equal the 1. We actually want to subtract down to equal the 1. So that equation would be 3 over 2 minus 45 over X is equal to 1. And now our LCD is 2X. So in the first one, I have a 3. The 2's will cancel. I'll be left with X. In the second one, I have a 45. The X's will cancel, and I'll have a 2. And on the other side, nothing cancels, so I'll have 2X. So 3X minus 90 equals 2X, or negative 90 equals negative X. Therefore, we get X is equal to 90. Remember, we are in minutes. So just looking at the question, how long does it take the pipe to empty the tank? And that is actually what we're searching for. So it takes 90 minutes to drain the tank. And we'll be doing one more of these problems together next time. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, again, make note of them, bring them to class, and we'll take care of answering them then.